I mean, I think it was in.
And we lie. Hey, welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today, got a full house. I got Tabo, I got Nancy, I got Waterboy Wavy, Gentleman Ninja.
What's up, bro? How are you
Good,
guys doing?
bro.
I know easy, King.
I
Can't
feel great.
complain.
I feel great.
Yeah. Of course, um, it's that time of the season. The best time of the season, the finale. Of course, I just wanted us to just briefly discuss what went down before we reached this point of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, Tabo and I, Agwande, I'm not sure if you saw, but we shot an episode and we discussed as to where we think teams were gonna, end at the end of the season. Tabo had his
Yeah.
Lakers. I think we had Milwaukee Bucks, nah, as
Ish.
as 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 the finals.
Was it Bucks or the
So
Sun? Yeah, one of the two.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you said Suns, nah. No. You said
Bucks,
Lakers.
eh?
You said
Lakers
yeah. We
and
said
Bucks.
yeah. We said Lakers and Bucks will most probably reach the final, and boy oh boy were we wrong. So
Damn.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like let's start off with the with Miami Heat guys. They ran like no one saw this coming. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna come out here and act as if I anticipated these guys to turn up the way that they did. But yeah, I'll start with you, what up, boy, Wavy. When are your take on Miami Heat's run, dog?
Um, I think Miami feeds off being like underdog, bro, because
Mm-hmm.
I, s- I saw with because we saw they had like a what mediocre bad season. I'd say it was like bad because
Yeah,
they made the play in, but they were this close to like not making it through. So I just think they they feed off of like that thing of okay, we're like abantu bathatha kancane, let's show them
yeah,
ukuthi, we can do this thing. Because I saw with the after they went up 3-0, and then
mm-hmm.
once the series got tied 3-3, they were underdogs, and then they game seven they went crazy.
Yeah.
But then that's not a good thing to have against Denver. A team I believe is more talented than the Celtics, Denver, because like we saw with the Lakers, Denver doesn't lose focus. They'll put you away like quick, fast. So there's no time
100%.
of there's no time to be thinking like, okay, nah, let's wait for this. Now you have to go like with a team like Denver with Jokic and Murray, two like offensive weapons. You need
True.
and MPJ, three offensive weapons. You need to just go for the throats with them, bro. And I
Yeah,
think they can definitely pull that off because they're very like gritty guys. They don't
yeah,
they don't back down. They're not afraid of a challenge. But I don't
mm,
think they'll win like the finals. But I do
yeah.
think they'll give Denver a run for their money. I say Denver in six though.
All right. I know, And then when a Tabo on your end, like, did like, mom? I know when you're not a Jimmy Buckets fan, dog. Like, what's your take on the boy, dog? That did he deserve Finals MVP? What again? Eastern Conference Finals MVP, in your opinion?
Yeah, it does. Don't get it wrong. Like, especially from a team who was up 3-0, and especially from a team who played in the play-in to get to where they are today. I'll give them props, but what a boy said it perfectly. Those guys just feed off being the underdog, and I think it's that mentality Jimmy Buckets has created amongst the culture amongst the team. I think I saw another video that when they were giving the trophy and they wanted to give him the conference final trophy. He's like, no, I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to hold the next one.
Yeah.
That's no, I'm going to hold the next one. But Waterboy said it even more perfect. Denver is another team, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to
Uh,
be, you're not going to take a 3-0 lead and then take it to game seven
And then
and think,
relax. Yeah.
and then 100%. You're not going to do that. I agree. Denver in 6, 4-2. Denver will ensure that they win all their home games.
mm.
That's one thing I can. Denver will probably go up 2-0.
Yeah.
I just think it's a huge mismatch, especially when it comes to Joker. I don't think anyone in Miami, Bam, is not going to be able to handle that.
Woo.
Bam is not going to be
Yes.
able to handle
I
that.
agree.
Guys, and he is
Yes. Yes.
the point guard, the center, the shooting guard out of nowhere because we've seen the shots he took against my team.
Yo.
So yeah, man, Denver in
Yeah.
6 as well.
Yeah, hey man, I think Jokic is gonna take us back another 100 years, fellas.
Bro.
Because I mean, what he's gonna do to Bam, bro? He's gonna destroy Bam, bro. Like Bam was barely playing well against Al Horford. You know the timer, barely playing well against Al Horford. Imagine, you know, Jokic. I mean, what he did to AD, what he did to Aiton. You know, made homeboy sit out Game 6. You know, whether he's injured or not, aside, but you know, it is what it is, guys. Like it's gonna be a very interesting series. Like for me, I just want to give props to Miami. Yes, they beat my team, the Boston Celtics, and you know, fair play to them. I just, as a franchise and organization, I just have so much respect as to how Pat Riley and Eric Spo and of course the other guys in the back that we may not know were able to build a team with undrafted picks and get them to where they are in the NBA finals. Like it's incredible, bro. It's something that is. Has this ever happened, Tam? I mean, you've been watching ball longer than me, bro. But do you think this has ever happened where so many undrafted players in a team have managed to, you know what I mean, get over the hump? I mean, look at Caleb Martin, for instance. Like Caleb Martin is about to get paid, literally. Like this guy's about to get paid a lot because he put us away in Game 7. For me, you say Jimmy Butler, but I say in the conference finals against the Celtics, I give it to Caleb Martin personally. I think Caleb had a phenomenal series, bro. He was just unstoppable in some games, bro, especially Game 7, bro. He was shooting the lights out of us from the third quarter and up until the end. He just closed out the game and just, you know, put that exclamation mark, you know, and of course, Miami needs to pay the guy. They need to pay the guy. So yeah, kids. Of course, when I'm Motope Wavy, you've just made your prediction. You saying Denver in 6. When I tell you, do you agree? It's gonna be Denver in 6.
Completely, bro. It would be nice though to see a very competitive series as a basketball fan. Don't get it wrong. I would love to see a Game 7 where the do or die, the team that slips up. But I'm just looking at the mismatch. Denver has bodies in almost every position. Nice. I think Michael Porter Jr. People slept on him after being out for a while. But if you go back to like your 2K17, bro, that guy can shoot in every single. That guy has confidence in his shot. He does not care how he gets it, what he's doing. Sometimes he will not pass you the ball because he's confident that this shot I'm going to take. The bodies for Denver is too big. Miami, they're playing with heart, but Denver is playing with the basketball mentality that, hey, the first time we're here, let's take it. You know, Bucket's been there. He's been to the finals. Last year, he lost in the semifinals. The conference finals. Team as well. So for him, as much as he might be hungry to that extent, we need to look at how many times people can make it to the conference finals and lose it, or even to the finals, the conference finals, and they lose it. Everyone focuses on LeBron and the finals he's lost in the finals, but no one ever thinks about the conference finals, bro. And this is an 8th seed team, you know.
Yeah.
And they're playing against what? Denver's number 2.
Yeah, number 2. So of course they get home. No. One in the West. Yeah, one in the West.
Yeah, they were
one seed.
They're the first seed for a reason. 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah, no. And as well, I just wanted to ask Water Boy, do you think fatigue will play a major factor in how the series is gonna turn out? Because one team is well rested, whereas the other is not so well rested. Yeah, over to you.
Good question. I discussed this with my boy Kaito because he's also like a fan of ball at school, and we were
Yeah.
like, we spoke about like the rest factor, but then
Mm.
I also said like since Denver have gotten so much rest can too much rest can be bad. It can be like rust. It can turn into rust.
Yeah.
So maybe this like if they're too complacent or if they weren't like looking ahead to the finals and preparing themselves, they could maybe like slip up game one, and then game one they'll after that they'll be like, okay guys, like we here now. Yeah they got that week's rest, but I feel like the Heat, even though they just came off a game seven, they're so like gritty, like I mentioned earlier. They're like dogs, bro. Especially with the clear cuts leader in Jimmy Butler being that dog, bro. I feel like he can lift the team up. Sort of they'll perform in a way that will make you seem like, you know, they swept the Celtics or they got enough rest. So I won't count them out the Heat just because they haven't gotten as much rest, but I do think that plays a huge part because a week is a long time for it.
Yeah. And then yeah, from a tactical standpoint, I'll ask Tabo this question. Um, I've noticed with Denver they use an 8-man rotation because I
Yeah.
was surprised when I saw homeboy, what's his name? Who used to play for the Clippers, bro, the point guard. What's his
For
name
but then
again? For
for
Denver,
Denver,
bro. Yeah, they
Jackson,
yeah,
Rudy
Jackson,
Jackson.
dog. Yeah, I was surprised that he's actually at Denver, bro, because there was a time where I think they were blowing out the Suns, and then he just came on, as the bench players, and I was like, what? This dude is here, and he's barely playing. He's a very solid piece in my opinion. He's a very good role player, and for him to be benching, do you think they're gonna still use that 8-man rotation with Mike Brown?
Tactically wise, if it was up to
Yeah,
me, yes, you have to keep the same 8-man rotation.
yeah,
Uh, of course, they do have a bit of depth with the ninth and 10th man. I think it's that white boy Bruno or something, or Brian or something like that.
yeah,
Um, but overall, you keep it simple, you keep it straightforward, you feed the beast. You have to feed the beast, whether he's playing the point guard or whether he's at the center. What I really liked about the coach for Denver is how the substitutes, how he's able
yeah,
to rest Joker for a very long time and then just throw him back in pivotal times of the game.
yeah.
So keep the 8-man rotation. I think Tyler Hero will boost the return of the Heat in Game 3
Mm-hmm.
when they play at home. But overall wise, nah.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, I think no, I would keep the 8-man rotation.
Can I
yeah,
speak
yeah,
on that?
yeah. You may. Yo, how?
I wanted to say like
Yeah, you were gone there
um
for a few
with
seconds.
that. Oh yeah, our phone call came in. But
So
I wanted to say, let me put my phone on DND actually. Okay,
yeah, no
cool.
stress.
So I wanted to say, uh, I maybe now we might have to go deeper into the bench, Denver, because Miami has a deep team. So
Yeah,
I think the eight man has definitely been working, but at the rates, I mean, the way the bench for the Heat has been performing, it could wear out that eight-man rotation maybe faster. Like the fatigue could come in quicker, like compared to the previous three series. So, and you also just need something to match. The starting lineup for Denver is enough, but when they're subbed out, then what's gonna happen? Because yeah, the Heat bench has been going crazy. So I do think maybe you might have to go 9-10 Denver, 9
yeah,
10.
yeah. As much as you say that the Heat bench is they've got depth, I also still do believe that Denver have more depth than the Heat, in my opinion, man. Like Jackson, man. I was surprised. Like Jackson is a player we always see in the playoffs. We always see him do it for the Clippers. Now homeboy is just chilling. You know, he's not even in the rotation. And so Mike Malone, you know, just to correct myself, Mike Malone, I believe, is also part of the reasons why the Nuggets are where they are from a mentality standpoint. I've seen him in interviews, how he speaks and how, you know, he answers every question. You know, you can clearly see that there's a lot of motivation. You know, these guys feel fired up. Eric Obanu Gordon, bro. Who would have thought Aaron Gordon would be so pivotal for a team getting a chip? Like I've never underestimated that guy in my opinion. I never rated him as highly as the coach does, and to a point where when they traded for him, I was surprised. Why go for such a player? But now I kind of get why they went for him. And just to add another question, when I look at the size difference, guys, like I feel like, the Nuggets are big.
Mhm.
They got really tall motherfuckers in the roster, bro. And of course, size does play a role, especially from a rebounding standpoint. But like when you look at the Celtics last season when we played Golden State, we were the bigger team physically, but we still lost the game because of how organized the Golden State Warriors
championship
were.
pedigree.
And of course, championship pedigree and being able to play under that pressure, you know. But like, I just wanted to also just, ask this question. As far as matchups are concerned, which are the two key matchups for you guys? You know, I'll start off with you, Waterboy Wavy, in this series in particular. Yeah.
Jokic is gonna demolish Bam because of size alone, and talents. And talents. He's bigger, he's better.
Mhm.
So I think Bam. I honestly don't think Bam has a chance against him. But because of Jokic's defense, I do think maybe offensively Bam can have an impact. But I don't think Bam can slow down Jokic. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think to slow down Jokic, you'd need to double team because of the size. There's no one matching him in size. And then Jamal and Jimmy, Murray and Butler. Defensively, man, I trust Jimmy defensively with Jamal, but Jamal is not easy to stop. He's a shooter. He has like a shot, and he can get to the rim at will. Like he's also an underrated acrobat. Like when it comes to finishing, because like I don't know, there was that one highlights in 2020 where he did that finish on LeBron, that circus shot, and LeBron like had the good defense on him and he still got around him and finished the shot. So I think like defensively, man, Jimmy Butler has a job, bro, on his hands.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Jokic, Jokic is like they're gonna run plays through him even more now because of the size mismatch.
Yeah. No doubt. Ew,
What's up,
what
Minzy?
up? What up,
What's up,
Mint?
Minzy?
Yeah,
What's
we got the siblings at the bottom there, Tabo, as you can see. Yeah, well, perfectly put. And then in a Tabo dog, means we're just discussing the key matchups. For of course, So that's the next question I asked. And so in a Tabo, do you think it's just the what again? Jimmy Butler, Murray, Bam, and Jokic. Are there any other ones maybe you can think of?
Honestly speaking, there's none, bro. Those are the two.
Yeah.
Those are the two good matchups. There's
Yeah.
nothing else. I can't say anything more. Waterboy said it exactly how I would say it. So yeah.
Yeah, no. That's when I mean perhaps are there any other matchups? Because Mina guys, you go Minzy. I'll add to what I think.
What's the question?
The key matchups between the Miami Heat and Denver Nuggets, you know.
Sorry, boys, 1 second, hey? I'm still here.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
All right. No stress. Yeah.
The key matchup is Jokic and Butler, man. Everybody else is just role playing from the Heat.
Yeah.
So it's just the other role players from Denver are just stronger than the Heat for me, man.
Yeah.
But it's just Jimmy versus Jokic for me. There's no other matchup that's as like serious as that. Also because they have like a bit of history.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Everybody else is just assisting the two superstars on each team. The superstar on each team. Well, and then Murray, I guess, is the second star from Denver. But besides Jimmy, no one else in the Heat is a star for me. It's just role players.
Yeah. For me, guys, I think Caleb Martin, man. For me personally, I think Martin is the reason why. I think the reason why Martin balls out the way he does is because we don't anticipate him to do so. You know, he's like that guy who no one pays attention to. You know, in the game, and
But who's
and
he matched up with?
he must probably be matched up with was probably Michael Porter, or let me think. Who's the point guard for no KCP? Yeah, it's gonna be him and KCP. Yeah, pretty much. But as well, I do think that part of the reasons why Miami, you know, one of the reasons why rather is that we tend to underestimate some of these undrafted players that they have. Like Martin, bro, he's the reason why we got knocked out as the Celtics. And so I think it's key that Mike Malone identifies these things and says, guys, you know what? Yes, these guys are undrafted, but they can still cause damage. And so for me, I just think Caleb Martin is someone that can also, you know, be a huge difference, especially in some games, you know, because there are those games where Jimmy isn't really hot. He can step in and take over that, you know. But as mentioned by one day, when you look at player for player, like Nuggets have more talented players. You know, they got way more talented players underneath them, you know. So yeah, man. Of course, we did do our predictions, Menzi. When I haven't asked you what your prediction is, but what's your prediction for tomorrow's no Friday morning's game? Yeah.
Oh, Denver's gonna win for me.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
I'm gonna win. It's gonna be 4-1. 4-1. Gentleman sweep.
Gentleman sweep.
Five.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 5. Yeah, Denver and 5. That would be such a boring finals. Imagine if that happens, man. Or imagine even a sweep happens, man. Like, that would be such yeah. And of course, since we all agree that the Denver Nuggets are gonna win the chip, where will Jokic rank amongst the bigs? You go first, Tabo, since you shaking your head.
Man, Jokic is always gonna. I think he's already the best center that has ever played the game of basketball. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Like, you need to look at basketball and think about, as much as he's not athletic, but he plays the game the way the game is supposed to be played. As a center, he's not stat chasing. He's triple doubling it so with ease, guys. He's triple doubling it during the half. You know, you look at Shaq, and then they were averaging triple doubles, double doubles, but they didn't do it as clean and as easily as this guy is doing it. I understand the eras and times are different. Fine, fair enough. But when all is said and done, when this guy retires, there is no center that would come anywhere close to doing what he did in the basketball. He's one of those people that when we talk about the people who've changed the basketball world, he's involved in the same conversation as Steph Curry, as your Shaq, as your LeBron. You put Joker in that conversation, whether you like it or not, guys. It's not hate. It's not hate.
Yo, that's a very bold statement.
My only sad part about it is that Melo will unfortunately they might not ever have his number 15 retired by Denver.
Hey, son. Jokic wears it, man. No. It's already that's obvious. Man, even if he doesn't win it, guys, come on. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like two
Two
MVP
MVPs.
awards.
Guys,
Come on.
have
Back
you
to
guys
back.
watched Denver Melo? Have you guys watched Denver
Yeah,
Melo?
he didn't win an MVP.
He's not better than Jokic.
Yeah, it's not better.
He's
Jokic,
not, guys. Come on, this is Melo, man. This is Melo, top 10.
yeah, top 10. Yeah. Well, you just okay, fine. Let's go to Waterboy. When I'm with Waterboy, I saw you. You know, you're a bit. You want to agree with that statement a bit?
I mean, you say we're rating amongst centers, right?
Yeah, amongst centers.
I put him third. It's Shaq, Kareem, Jokic. But
Man, we didn't watch Kareem,
Yeah.
bro. Let's not count Kareem.
No,
We didn't
but-
watch Kareem. I don't think you can even find a highlight of
The-
Kareem on YouTube right now.
you know, fair enough. But his resume speaks for itself. Man,
What about Bill Russell?
I just
Mm.
with the rings, yes, good points actually.
We're not talking about
But
rings.
Talk about talent.
we're talking about like player talents.
Mm.
Talent, position, talented position in that position as a center.
I'd say Shaq, Kareem 1 and 2, and then I put Jokic third. Reason being, Shaq and Kareem both had like unstoppable ways of playing or unstoppable shots. Like Shaq was just literally just violent, you know, just body people. And then Kareem had the sky hook. But I feel like Jokic doesn't have as much as he's like pretty much he can score at will. He can facilitate at the same time. He's a rebounder. I just feel like he can still be slowed down. You know, there's no way you can say like with Shaq. There's no guarantee of. Oh,
Can I
there's no
can I just
guarantee
say
of.
something? We need to remember, like I said, the eras. I think I spoke to you X the other day. Like back in the day, it was a big man game. You needed a real good big man back in the days. Dwight Howard was the last big man, old school big man. Let's be honest about it. Joker is playing a point guard at center. He's assisting. He's rebounding. He's still doing what is expected from him as a
Center. Yeah.
center. That's all I got to add. My bad.
Yeah. And then when are you, Menzi? Where do you rank Jokic? You know?
I agree with Tabo, but I put him second under Kareem.
Yeah.
I
No,
agree
of
with
course. Yeah, like
I think
yeah.
wins it. I put him second to Kareem.
I don't know. I'm also with you as well, Menzi, man. Like, when you look at what Kareem has achieved, bro, as from a resume standpoint, man, you know, he's got 6 rings there, or 5 rings.
I think it's 5.
6.
Yeah, he's got 6 rings. And how many MVPs does he have? Doesn't he have the most MVP
6.
awards? Yeah,
6.
man. Like, it's hard to just dismiss Kareem like that. And you are right, we didn't get to watch Kareem. I mean, Kareem was played during apartheid. I doubt that in SA we were thinking about basketball and those in his time, you know. But you know, like, hey, I get what you mean, Tabo, when you say Jokic has changed the game as far as him being able to play multiple positions. He's not just only a center, in my opinion. You can also play him as a shooting guard because Jokic is efficient. You know, he's very efficient on the floor. And as well, we also underestimate the amount of rebounds this man gets. He was out rebounding AD. You know, he had more rebounds than Anthony Davis against the Lakers. And, you know, that for me says a lot because AD, Vele, that's one of his strengths, you know, blocking and rebounding. Those are the 2 common stat lines when you look at AD, you know. So, yeah, man, it is for me hard for me to put him at number 1. I'd say number 2 only because of how many things Kareem has achieved. Even at points scored, I mean, he's second behind LeBron James. I mean, this guy, hey, dude, he's pretty much, hey, dog. He's got the accolades to back up what he's achieved in the NBA. So, Yeah, dog. I'd put Jokic second because of how he plays, and I also want to add that what a boy Wavy. I don't think Jokic has weaknesses, like clear weaknesses. Yes, people like talking about his defense now, but does he really get exposed in the paint? Or maybe I don't watch enough of Jokic. Does this
Nah.
guy really get dunked on? Does this guy get blocked all the time? Because all I've seen in this finals is this dude shooting over niggas. All I've seen is this guy getting more rebounds than them. All I've seen him is assist more than them. All I've seen, even in the free throw line, him not missing, him in the high 80s at free throws. You know, so for me, yes, people say he's weak defensively, but I'm yet to see him get exposed. Like how what again, Aiton got exposed, for instance. Aiton, you could see he was getting nyammed. He couldn't do nothing. Every time Jokic had the ball, Jokic scored on him. At least to AD, you know, AD fought here and there. He'd have one block nyana. But hey man, there's that three. Remember when he closed the quarter when he hit that three over Jokic for over thingy
You stop
AD.
using my team as examples, man.
Yeah, no,
Stop
but I'm just
using-
saying shots like that. Even in the closeout game, he hit one over LeBron. He hit two over LeBron. Those are shots that I'm the guy, dog. There's nothing you can
Tough
do to me.
shots.
Those are really tough shots where we are like, man, I gotta rewind this and rewatch how this guy released this. And if you're gonna do that if you're gonna shoot crazy shots like that twice in a game, come on, bro. Like it is what it is, bro. So yeah, man. Like for me, Jokic Ginger game. So guys, I wanted us to segue a bit. You know, let me just check the time. No, we still have time, Tabo. Don't stress. Let's stress.
Yeah, man.
I wanted us to segue a bit. I'm gonna put up a picture. We were having this. Okay, I shared with you and Menzi and Agwande. Did I share with you Agwande? No, I didn't share with you Agwande.
Yeah.
I only shared with Menzi and Tabo. Tabo didn't respond. You know, showing a critique, but it's all good.
Crazy day.
It's fun. I don't know. It's cool. I understand, my king. Let me just share this pic with you, man. I'll start off with this one. Yeah, man.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, I'm in disbelief, bro. Like how a mascot can earn this amount of money. Like, what the hell is happening? Is this money laundering in the NBA, guys?
Why?
Probably. I wouldn't
Makes
be
sense.
surprised.
It makes sense, bro.
And,
Nah,
but Fitz,
makes sense.
mascot.
Come on.
What does
That's-
Rocky do, dog? That's fine.
Yeah,
Does he do
bro,
It's a
backflips?
team me
That's
and
what-
guys. That's a G League contract.
Huh?
That's a G League contract.
Yeah, but
Not
Yeah.
even to the max. That's a G League contract. You need to remember this guy needs to travel with the team. He needs to
Yeah.
be there for events. He needs to do all of those things. They don't compensate him for those kind of stuff. He's not getting a sponsorship. So you pay him good, he entertains the crowd. You've seen go see his highlights. He has highlights.
Yeah.
The mascot
Probably a
right.
gymnast or something.
That's crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
So
Because
you
a
said-
I was
look at
asking,
the
like-
markets,
Yeah.
bro. Look at the industry he's part of. It makes sense, bro. He's like a marketing figure, dog.
Mhm.
It's like it makes sense that he gets that type. It's like $50,000 a month. It's like he's probably living like a very middle class life, just chilling, you know. Like, I don't know.
I don't think
sense
this
for
is
me,
middle
bro.
class.
Market allow
I don't.
it to happen. I said he probably
Guys,
does have
this-
skills. I mean, mascots aren't just guys, random dudes. He's probably a gymnast. He can probably do a backflip. You know, like he probably comes with some sort of skill, entertainment
Yeah.
skills. You know, it's a skill set.
Did you see that shot he took
Especially at that-
when he was?
Not that
There's one shot that he took. I think he was like on a high ladder, like really high, and he shot it from behind. Like he didn't even look at the hoop. He was just he waited and then it went in, and he was like, "Hey man, this what it is." But yeah, man. Hey, this is a lot of money. This is over 12 million rand, by the way, gentlemen. What would you do with 12 million rand, Water Boy Wavy, dog?
Move out. Invest. Yeah, I don't actually. I actually don't know. I just one thing for sure is I get my own place.
yeah,
Definitely buy myself a
yeah,
house. I don't know.
yeah. Hey, because 12 million is a lot of money, bro. Even in the tough times we living in SA, guys, like yo, no. This is a lot. Let me share another one, man. While we add it. Yeah, just please bear with me, gents. Yeah, just please bear with me. I'm just gonna quickly share it to you. That means just for me to be able to view it here on WhatsApp. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to share my screen. Yeah. This has been the topic of conversation like this entire past 2 days actually. Um JB, man. JB's about to get paid a shitload of money. When Tabo, do you think Homeboy deserves
Hundred
such?
percent, 100%. He deserves it. He's done a lot for Celtics. When JT was out, he carried the Celtics for a while. The past 2 seasons as well. He's been consistent. I think he needs proper leadership in that team to guide him. A veteran, proper veteran. But otherwise, I agree. He deserves it.
What a boy. Do you concur with Tabo or do you have a different
Yeah,
opinion?
no, he does deserve it.
Mm, yeah,
No, I agree. I concur. I definitely concur with him deserving the cash. It's just
yeah,
what's the use of all this money if you're not happy on his team? Because I feel like he's not happy. You know, I'm not saying he should leave. Like, I'm not saying he should ditch it for less money, but you know, you can get paid all this money and then not be satisfied because they're not satisfied with keep with losing in conference finals or losing in the finals because they're trying to obviously win a chip. But I did watch a report, not a report, the first take with Stephen A. And Stephen A. was like, um, he should leave. He should leave and get like his own team where he's the number one option. He feels like that's how he'll excel. He doesn't feel like he can elevate his game with Tatum, you know, because Tatum is the number one guy. So Stephen A was saying like, and I thought about it and I was like, that's a good point. Maybe you won't get this money, but if he ends up being the guy at another team, he can he can get this type of contract. So I thought about that, but then I was like, who's gonna fit with Tatum, or is Tatum gonna be the only guy at the Celtics? But in terms of does it deserve this type of money? Yes, it definitely does.
yeah. And then you, Menzi, do you concur as well?
Man, I think he's overpaid, but I'm not mad at him.
Uh,
I don't think he's overpaid. 95 million is
yeah,
a lot of money. It's a
yeah.
ton of
But
money.
another thing
Okay.
is, guys, the NBA is getting it's growing as a sport, bro. Especially when you look locally, the younger generation, the guys that are coming, yeah, boy, like for instance, you guys, Water Boy Wavy, you guys watch more NBA than we did when we were in school. So
Mm.
it's growing in popularity. There was a time where I was wearing my Zion Williamson T-shirt, and some kid who's like, I'm sure in primary school, he was like, "Hey man, you watch NBA?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I asked him, who's your favorite player?" Then he's like, "Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler."
Butler.
Yeah, like that's a kid who actually watches basketball because Jimmy's not a common player. You know, not a lot of people know who Jimmy is. You see, if he said LeBron, I would have been like, but like when he said Jimmy Butler, I was like, okay, this kid actually watches basketball from hearing him respond like that. So it just shows you that the game is
Yeah.
growing, and that's the reason why guys are soon even the 300 million mark in the next 2 seasons. You know, imagine Webanyama just entered the league. If Webanyama, I mean, he's gonna enter the league. You know, I know Tabo has his comments on Webanyama, right? But if Webanyama excels and does dope shit, chances are he'll most probably earn like 350. I
350,
think
yeah.
it's gonna 350 to 400 bags because that's where the league is headed
Yeah.
now. These guys, Supermax is gonna. I mean, about Jan, how much did Giannis sign? Didn't he sign like two? How much? How much did he sign?
500, was it?
No.
No,
Because
this
Wasn't
one
that a
I
contract
think Jalen
extension
is-
though? On
Sorry?
top of what? Wasn't that a contract extension on top of the super max he got?
Yeah. But like it's like of course the amounts that Jalen is gonna get, bro. He's gonna be getting crazy amounts from his first year. It's gonna be over 50 bar. That puts him as one of the highest paid players in the league, you know, from Sasuga. And by the end of his contract, it's gonna be like 60 something. Bro. Imagine 60 something bar in his fifth year, dog. That's a shitload of cash, bro. That's it's an amount that 5 years ago, like if you're earning 30 something million, in a season, that would be considered a shitload of money. But now it's almost double, So it just shows you that the sport, it's growing, nah? And I'm not too sure if I have another pick here. Yeah, I think those are the only two picks that I have. But yeah, guys, like in closing, because I know Tabo's gonna have load shedding soon. Like, did you guys wanna add something? I know Water Boy, you said you wanted to, add more. You had a lot to say, bro. Is there something that's on your mind that you can share with us? Or have you pretty much covered? Yeah.
I mean, we covered most. I was just when I said that, I was thinking about like since the last time you shot the post up, so much has happened.
Yeah. No,
But
no,
I do
indeed.
want to ask you guys this two questions because there's been or not. The first one is not. It's like my own question. The second one I've been seeing like a lot. The first question is where since he's like past LeBron past Kareem on-time scoring, what's his position on the all-time list, like all-time great list? First or second?
Oh, behind. Oh,
First,
okay.
First, bro. What kind of question
Yeah.
is that?
I also say first, bro. I also say first as a basketball player, man. LeBron, it's crazy how when you look at when especially on these Instagram pages when they talk about shooters, they never mention LeBron James, who is one of the most efficient scorers of all time. This guy, he's over 50% in shooting, but he's never considered in those conversations, which I really find strange as to why he isn't. Because LeBron James is a jack of all trades, and he pretty much is a master of majority of them. Maybe his free throwing, if he could get it in the 80s, he would have been a perfect player. But he can do everything. Even in his loss against the Nuggets, he lost, but he scored 40 points. You see what I'm saying? At the age of 38. Those are numbers that a lot of these guys in their prime, a lot of these guys who are currently in their prime aren't even getting, especially at that stage. So yeah, man, I'm saying first. So your second question, Water Boy, you said you've got another one.
Okay. Yeah. So we all agree on it first. That's good.
Yeah.
And then I've been seeing on socials, there's a question where it's saying, where is Steph Curry a top 5 all-time player?
You say
Top 5.
Of course.
You say of course.
Guys,
Top 5.
Of course. Of course. What's the argument about? He changed the game. Kids are shooting. Everyone is shooting from everywhere.
5 though? But
he
5.
changed the game. He changed the game. He's one of the forefathers who changed the basketball game. Not CBA. Not CBA, guys. You need to remember some of these stats go back to CBA.
Yeah.
And up where you saw how the CBA was Harlem Globetrotters all over from first to bottom team. Everybody was Harlem. Yeah. Come on, guys. Steph Curry is a top 5 player, right?
All time.
For the fact also that he's stayed in the same team for all his career. I give him props for that as well.
And then you're
Because
Menzi.
for me,
Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, Menzi.
I think I agree
Can
with
I go?
Tabo, man. Yeah, I was gonna say he's top 5 point guard, but yeah, he might be top 5, might be number 5, like all
Yeah,
time.
I can agree with that. I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay. Yeah. Ayo. All right. Yeah, we didn't hear the last pitch, or did I interrupt you, bro?
oh no, I said I agree. Sorry, yeah. That's it.
All right. All right. So okay. So we've got okay. This is me just calling out random players. So LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal,
Kareem, Bill Russell.
Kareem,
Shaquille is
Bill
not,
Russell.
Shaquille is not in top 5. Sorry, Shaquille is not in my top 5.
He's not. I'm saying I'm just throwing out random names, bro. Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah.
Kareem,
Wow.
there's Wilt,
Yeah, he's in top 5.
there's Russell,
Larry Bird.
there's Bird, there is who else? Magic Johnson,
Magic Johnson.
It isn't a lot of people's. Man, I watch a lot of these shows on YouTube, and Magic is always in these niggas' lists. So that's the reason why I'm gonna just call out random names.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan, you know.
Guys, are you having a top 5 full of centers? I need to understand
Okay.
that. I really need you guys to think about it. You have your top 5 with 3 centers in it.
Nah.
Tim Duncan
Nah.
is not in top 5. Shaq is not in top 5.
Yeah.
Magic maybe top 5. Magic number 4 maybe. But,
Maybe. And it's a
yeah.
maybe. Odd maybe.
It's a maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kareem is also top 5. LeBron, Jordan.
Yeah. Well,
Steph is up there.
yeah.
He's up.
I know. No. I know. I hear you guys. Like, you know, for me, man, like you are right, Tabo. He did. He is like the guy who's pretty much the face of the new era, as far as, you know, being able to shoot from beyond the arc and do it at an efficient rate. And of course, he's also a scorer. That's another thing about Steph Curry. Like, I mean, he can easily drop 30 a night easily with his eyes closed. It's not a difficult thing for him to do, you know. So yeah, man, I'm kind of leaning towards Tabo, man. Like, Tabo really made some points that have made me think. And yeah, man. Yeah, Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry achieved, man.
Just in.
Just
And it's not
in.
over yet. You have to remember,
Yeah.
these guys still have time to play.
Yeah, no, he's
He's
still.
still amazing.
Yeah, and even at his age, bro, like he's been playing at a high level for quite some time now. You know, it's pretty much almost 10 years. You know, for me, if you can stay at your peak for like 10 years, dog, like that's hella impressive. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it, gents. Because we got 2 more minutes until Tabo gets shitted. But thank you so much for availing yourselves. Hopefully we can have this discussion again when we discuss the results and, you know, our takes as to how the finals turned out. But much appreciated for you guys joining in. Guys, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is Easy Sport, and we are. Peace.
Keep up, boys.
Thank you.